So almost a year ago, I got these pair of Doc Martin boots, but they were brand new, so I decided what I needed to do was hand distress them and age them a little bit. Of course, I made a little IG story about it, and finally I've decided to edit this down into a short film showing how I did the whole process of hand distressing my new Doc Martin boots. So phase one was soak the Doc Martin boots in water. So that's what I'm doing right here. Okay, so the Doc Martens were soaked in water, then they dried out. Now I'm going to start the distressing process just by tapping them and scuffing them up. I'm going to work all the way around. So I'm just trying to sort of emulate, you know, tripping over a curb and scuffing up your favorite pair of docs. Stay tuned. Okay, what I'm doing now is simply spraying down with rubbing alcohol and letting the boot soak. What I like to do is just whack them on a stone surface or concrete surface. You know, mimic tripping over the curb, stubbing your toes. Hammering them down is always a good idea. Get all those spots that you don't want to rub on your ankles and your toes. Supple it up. There is no right and wrong way. Now I'm going in with the 220 grit sandpaper and I'm just scuffing them up, rubbing down the leather. Taking off some of the shine. So essentially you can use whatever you want. I got some wire wool, I'm going to whack it with that. I got a meat, whatever, pounder. It's got some pretty cool edges to it. I'm going to whack it with that. Now I'm going to go in with a little Scotch-Brite pad. Just see what that does. I guess the key is don't be afraid to try anything. Because in reality, there's no right and wrong way to do it. So I'm going to try something new this time. Engine oil. Great way to recycle your dirty Porsche oil. I'm going to see how it is on the Doc Martin boots, so stay tuned. Here's my used motor oil. Just going to test a little spot on the back to see how it looks. The goal here is I'm not trying to get them shiny. Just trying to add some dirt and different color texture into the leather. So it's a nice sunny day out here in LA. I got my shoe polish outside in the sun, just kind of melting down. That's going to make it a little bit easier to rub into the leather. And this is just going to add conditioner and also a little bit of a darker color. I'm using a oxblood polish and also a brown polish, and I'm just kind of layering it up because later on I'm going to knock it on that real cool patinaed look that my original pair of Docs had. So all just takes a little bit of time and elbow grease. So in less than an hour the boot is already looking transformed. The leather is really nice and supple. I think soaking it in the water helped that. Also spraying it down with the alcohol helped. It's looking nice and sort of slightly beat up already. So that's phase one done. Now I'm going to take them for a test walk and see how they look. See how they feel, more importantly. So far, so good. So time to lace up the boots. Just take a little look around. I also knocked down the yellow stitching a little bit because I thought that was just standing out a little bit too much. Now laces on and let's get out and walk. So a little over a year ago, these were my very first steps in these Doc Martin boots. Taking a little stroll through the garage and we'll see what happens. Okay, first drive in the new boots. So here it is, essentially the before and after. Obviously after is on the bottom, before is on the top. Little still shot moving on through. After about, I don't know, an hour or so of work, this is what the boots looked like 1 year ago. And this photo basically shows the tools that I used, the rubbing alcohol, the wire, the hammer, and various other things to achieve the distressed look. And these are the Doc Martin boots yesterday on the beach in Venice.